thinking the barista smile means they have a crush. But they're just doing customer service.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel.
Have you ever been at a coffee shop? The barista smiles at you, and you think, this is it. This is the start of our rom-com montage. You're hot! Does a little flip. You start imagining your future together, picking out wedding china, all because they drew a little heart in your latte foam. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. Today, we re-dive in deep into the world of coffee shop crushes and why we so often mistake professional friendliness for genuine romantic interest. Let's get brewing. So, picture this scene. You're having a rough morning, you barely slept, you're late for something important, and you desperately need caffeine. You stumble into your local coffee shop, looking like you just wrestled a bear. You mumbled your order, feeling like a complete mess. And then, it happens. The barista looks up, gives you a warm, genuine smile, and says, "Good morning. The usual today." Suddenly, the clouds part. The birds start singing. You feel seen. And your brain immediately jumps to one conclusion. They must have a crush on me. It's an easy trap to fall into, right? That smile feels personal. The way they remember your complicated 6-adjective latte order feels like a special connection. They ask how your day is going, and it doesn't sound like a script. It sounds like they actually care. Before you know it, you're mentally rehearsing how you're going to ask them out. You start overthinking everything. Should I leave my number on the napkin? Is that too cheesy? Maybe I should just say something witty next time. What if I trip on my way out? They'll think I'm a total klutz. Your simple coffee run has turned into a high-stakes social mission. But here's the reality check, and I am saying this with all the love in the world. They're probably just really good at their job. Being a barista isn't just about pouring coffee. It's a customer service role, and a huge part of that is creating a welcoming, positive environment.
That warm smile.
It's part of the uniform, just like their apron. Remembering your order? It's a skill they've honed to make service faster and make customers feel valued, which in turn encourages you to come back. That's good business. Think about it from their perspective. A barista can serve hundreds of people in a single day. They're dealing with a constant stream of faces, orders, and questions. Being friendly, cheerful, and efficient is how they navigate that chaos and earn their tips. If they had a genuine romantic interest in every customer they smiled at, their personal lives would be more complicated than a triple shot. Half calf, extract, no foam, oat milk, vanilla, latte. It's just not practical. Their kindness is a professional tool, honed through countless interactions. They're building rapport with the community, not just with you. Now, why do our brains make this leap so easily? It's a fascinating psychological phenomenon. For one, we're all a little bit lonely sometimes, and we're wired to seek connection.
When someone shows us a small kindness, especially in the transactional, often impersonal world,
it can feel incredibly significant. That little bit of human connection can be like a drop of water in the desert for our brains. It's a concept known as misattribution of arousal, the positive feeling you get from the caffeine, the cozy atmosphere of the coffee shop, and the simple act of being treated well all get jumbled up, and our brain might mistakenly attribute those good feelings to romantic attraction toward the person serving us. Also, let's be honest. Coffee shops are romanticized in our culture. How many movies and TV shows have a meet cute over a spilled coffee or a shared table? We've been fed this narrative that a coffee shop is a prime location for romance to blossom. So, When we see a friendly, attractive person in that exact setting, our brains are primed to see a potential love story. Even if the other person is just thinking about whether they need to restock the oat milk. I once had a phase where I was convinced the barista at my corner cafe was secretly in love with me. He always greeted me by name, asked about my freelance projects, and even gave me a free pastry once on my birthday. I was reading into every single interaction. I'd spend 10 minutes before going in, checking my hair and practicing a cool, casual greeting. One day, I finally worked up the courage to say something more personal. I was about to make my move when I heard him having the exact same friendly conversation with the person behind me in line. He asked about their dog by name and remembered they were going on vacation. And then he did the same for the person after that. It was a humbling moment. I wasn't special. He was just an exceptionally great barista. A professional people person. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. It's crucial to understand the context of the interaction.
Are you in a place where someone's job requires them to be friendly?
Service industry, workers, baristas, waiters, retail staff are often in this position. Their income literally depends on being pleasant. This doesn't mean their kindness isn't genuine. It just means it's part of a professional performance. It's a general friendliness directed at everyone, not a specific interest directed just at you. Confusing the two can lead to awkward situations for both of you. You might make an unwanted advance, and they're put in the uncomfortable position of having to reject a customer they see every day. So, how do you tell the difference? How do you know if it's just customer service, or if there might actually be something more? It's tricky, but there are some clues to look for. The key is to look for behavior that goes above and beyond the standard requirements of their job. Does their friendly demeanor change when they're not behind the counter? For example, if you happen to see them on their break or outside of work, are they still just as engaging and interested in talking to you? A customer service smile often drops the second they clock out. Another sign is the specificity and continuation of the conversation. Remembering your coffee order is one thing, but do they remember a specific non-work related detail you mentioned last week and ask you about it? And do they try to continue the conversation even when there's a line of people waiting? A barista who is just doing their job will keep things moving. Someone who is genuinely interested might try to find ways to prolong your chat, maybe by asking more in-depth questions that aren't just the standard, "How's your day?" Also, pay attention to their body language. Is their smile directed only at you? Or is it their default setting for every customer? Do they make prolonged eye contact with you that feels different from their usual customer-facing gaze? Do they seem to find excuses to be near you or talk to you when they do you and have to? Again, these aren't foolproof signs, but they're indicators that their interests might extend beyond just providing you with good service. The golden rule is to look for signals that happen outside the direct context of the transaction. Are they trying to connect with you as a person? Not just as a paying customer. But even with all these signs, it's still best to proceed with caution and respect. The workplace is their territory, and you don't want to make it an uncomfortable environment for them. If you do decide to express your interest, do it in a way that is low pressure and gives them an easy out. Instead of putting them on the spot by asking for their number while they at the register with a line of people, maybe try a different approach. You could write your name and number on a piece of paper and discreetly pass it to them with your payment, saying something like, "Hey, no pressure at all, but I've really enjoyed our chats. If you'd ever like to grab a coffee when you're not working, here's my number." This approach does a few things. It takes the pressure off them to respond immediately. It moves the potential interaction outside of their work environment, and it clearly gives them the power to either follow up or not without any awkwardness next time you come in for your coffee. If they don't text you, you have your answer. you can go back to being a regular customer and they can continue doing their job without feeling uncomfortable. No harm, no foul. Ultimately, it's wonderful to be open to connection and romance in everyday life. But it's equally important to be socially aware and respectful of people in their professional roles. That friendly barista is, first and foremost, a person at work, trying to do their job well. Let us appreciate their skill and kindness for what it is. Excellent customer service that makes our day a little bit brighter. And if it turns out to be something more, that's just a sweet extra shot of espresso in the latte of life. But don't count on it. Enjoy the smile, enjoy your coffee, and go about your day. That's all for today's deep dive into coffee shop psychology. What do you all think? Have you ever mistaken a barista's friendliness for a crush? Or are you a barista who has stories from the other side of the counter? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to read them. It's a fascinating part of modern social dynamics. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, or at least a little bit relatable, if you like, give me a like and subscribe for more content just like this. See you in the next one!